Hello Leo, Jessica here with Cardinal Signs. Welcome to your love reading for the month of September. I apologize for not putting out love readings last month. I was traveling in Ireland and actually I got engaged while I was there, so it was a very exciting time. But I'm happy to be back with you this month doing readings again. I'll put a few pictures at the end of this video if you'd like to check out my adventures while I was in Ireland with my fiance Mitch. So this reading, Love for September, we're going to be looking at your energy so you know what to expect going into the month. And then we're also going to take a look at your partner's energy, so what you can expect from them, where their energy is coming from. And then I'll also pull some cards to give us an idea of how the two of you will be coming together in relationship and kind of that interaction between you. At the end of the reading, I will pull an oracle card, one for singles and one for couples, just to give us a little bit more of a focused look at what's going on. Okay, so that was the Eight of Cups and the Page of Swords. So some impulsive energy, perhaps. Maybe a little bit of cold feet coming in here. So this is for love for Leo for the month of September. What does Leo need to know about love for the month of September? Love and romance for Leo for September. It's actually this right here. Okay, I'm using the Shadowscapes Tarot. Okay, and if you would like a private reading with me, you can find the link to check out that in my description box below. So we have the Two of Wands, and this is your overall energy, Leo. King of Swords with the Seven of Cups. The World with the Queen of Swords. Wow, a lot of air energy coming in for you. Now your partner's overall energy, oh, they're coming in with strength. So that's a really nice compliment to you because this is your card, Leo, the Strength card. So that's good. They're mirroring your energy. Now we've got Temperance with the High Priestess, the Ten of Cups, with the Seven of Wands. Between you, we have the Devil, okay, the Five of Pentacles, and that Page of Swords again. That Page of Swords wanted to come out, okay. Very interesting. Let's start off with you, Leo. So Two of Wands, this is a very forward-looking energy. So you are making plans for the future. You are preparing for something. There's also a feeling of anticipation. So you're probably feeling excited and really looking forward to something. In this particular orientation, you are looking towards your partner. So this gives me the idea that you are really anticipating a future with your partner or a potential partner or the person that you are thinking about as you watch this reading. Can be any of the above. It's a really nice card, really positive energy. Now, as I said, you're coming in here very strongly with air energy. You have both the King and Queen of Swords going on here. So whether you're male or female, this is very cerebral. You're doing a lot of thinking and planning, and we already kind of talked about that, how you're making plans for the future. So you are thinking very deeply about what's going to come about in the near future. And even with this Seven of Cups, there is this sense that if we take a look here at this card, this is where you're at right here, and you have a very clear idea of where it is that you want to go. You might not understand 100% of where this relationship is going to take you, but you do know that you're excited about it and that you're doing a lot of thinking about it, and you're going to figure out how to get there. Right now it might kind of be in a dream phase, you know, kind of daydreaming about it. But that doesn't mean it's any less real to you, and it's very, very exciting for you. So I think the key here, with all of that thinking, all of that air element, all of that projecting into the future, the key is to ground that. And I love that you have the world coming in here. We can see how much green is in this world card, which is very grounding color. So this is good because you're actually going to be able to make concrete actions. And wands can be about action too. So it's not just about thinking, although thinking is really highlighted for you in the month of September. You know, what you want from your relationship. If you're looking, who do you want, you know, for your partner? What kind of qualities do you want? And with that 7 of Cups, that can like be you listing, like, I want this and this and this and this. But with the world coming in here, that's you actually putting down some concrete roots and kind of grounding that fantasy into your current reality. So that can be something like taking, you know, one action. You don't have to do everything, but maybe there's one thing that you can do. Maybe you can write something down, or you can set a goal date for when you want to make a move, or, you know, kind of like how you want things to progress. It's going to be different for everyone, of course. For some of you, there are feelings of being overwhelmed. This is a different way to look at it, because this is kind of how we're feeling, these 2 cards, and this is what we want. So for some of you, you may be feeling overwhelmed and taking a step back because of that. You have all of these big ideas going on, and it can almost be too much. Like you have so many different options, or perhaps you need to kind of narrow down and focus your attention on just a couple things instead of, you know, a many number of things. So focusing is coming up here to help to resolve the feeling of being overwhelmed. Now, this being what you want, we can see that the King of Swords is kind of in a little bit of a sullen, brooding state where he's trying to figure things out. The Queen of Swords, on the other hand, is very focused. She has her eye on the prize. She's got, you know, her bow drawn, and she's got a target in mind. So she has focused her energy, and now she's ready to go for it. So this is what you want. So if you're feeling kind of overwhelmed and you're having a hard time dealing with it, this is where we need to draw on that grounding energy. This is showing me that you will be successful. This is kind of a conclusion card with the World here, but it's definitely a positive conclusion in your favor. So you can put an end to that overwhelmed feeling and focus in on what you need to. Now, your partner coming here with the Strength card, this is telling me you are going to be very attracted to your partner because you see that there's so much similarity between the 2 of you. And this is really nice. Your partner could actually be a fellow Leo, which would be pretty cool. This is a card about dedication and devotion. This is a card of being courageous, of course, and willing to stand by your side no matter what. This is kind of like standing by your side through thick and through thin. So very devoted individual, and very powerful, of course, as well. Now, your partner here, how they're feeling. Now, we've got Temperance and we've got the High Priestess. So, really good energies. They're coming in very level-headed, very well-balanced, in touch with their intuitive side as well. So your partner or potential is likely more of the spiritual, intuitive sort, which is always really nice, because you probably are as well if you're watching this reading. So there's a lot of commonality between you, which is wonderful. I love that they have that kind of charisma of the Leo energy, and yet they're also very humble individuals. I get this beautiful sense of being humble as well. Now, what your partner wants, I think they want to explore a deeper connection with you. So the Seven of Wands is telling me that there is a little bit of like barriers or blockages between the two of you, where maybe from your partner's perspective, you aren't as close as they would like to be with you. And you can see where they want to get. They want this 10 of Cups here, where you're a lot closer to being one, you know, kind of entwined entity than two separate individuals, within reason, of course. Your partner is not going to take this to extremes because they have the Temperance card, so they are very balanced, and they would respect, you know, personal space and the need for freedom and all of that kind of stuff. But right now, I think that they feel that there's perhaps too much distance between you, and maybe you need to kind of work on getting closer with one another. That can be on an emotional level, it could be physically, it could be in communication, it really could go a lot of different ways. Now, between you, overall, we have the Devil. So off the bat, this is telling me that there is a lot of passion between the two of you, and probably a lot of physical attraction and chemistry. This could actually play out to such a degree that you find each other very distracting, and you have a hard time concentrating. And this could be a problem when you're trying to focus in on, you know, maybe get a little bit more serious about things, but it's kind of distracting when you're just so attracted to your partner on a physical level. Because of the other cards, I'm not worried that this is going to be a negative thing. In some context, this could be someone playing with your heart, but this is the energy between the two of you. So I think that this is kind of speaking about your mutual chemistry together. Now, this Five of Pentacles and this Page of Swords we need to talk about. So there is a feeling of isolation coming in here, and as we are talking, it's possible that this is more so coming from your partner's side, but you could certainly be feeling this as well. In some cases, this is lack of money, kind of like financial worries. So perhaps between the two of you, there is a feeling of lack, or perhaps there is some concern about how financially stable you are, or maybe there's a lack of abundance that you're feeling in your life right now, and that's affecting both of you negatively. For some of you, this can be, as I said, kind of feeling isolated or lonely even. But this is showing up as the energy between you, so this means that you're both aware of that on some level. So with the Page of Swords, this can indicate that there is a little bit of childishness, immaturity, impulsivity perhaps, that can be attributed to this feeling going on here. So you're going to have to take a little bit of time, and you'll know best, but just kind of think on what this is, because it's going to be different for everybody. I think I'm actually going to pull an additional card and just see if we can get, oh, yeah, so we had the Ten of Pentacles flip over. So I think for a lot of you, it is about money, because that's where you would want to be feeling really secure and stable. You know, this is kind of like a stable household situation for those of you who have combined finances with your partner. That's where you want to be, but right now you're feeling more this sense of lack and worrying about money, and are you going to be able to provide, especially from your end. You're really looking forward into the future and making plans for the future, particularly regarding moving, perhaps with this Seven of Cups, looking to go somewhere, move, relocate with your partner. So this can be some worries on your mind regarding that, and perhaps a little bit of disappointment here. Just looking a little bit deeper into that, because they did show us 4 cards here. So it looks like for most of you it's about money. There's something that you need to stop focusing on, something that's holding you back, and kind of get a different perspective and see that there is something in your life, some kind of opportunity that you are not aware of, perhaps, or you just haven't realized just how big of a potential this is. So think on that, what that could be, because you're missing something that could really open up opportunities for you to help relieve financial burden in your relationship. You've got the Nine of Cups and you have the Ace of Swords. So this is the end of those financial worries. You know, you're going to be doing just fine with that Nine of Cups. There will be a lot of abundance. If you remain positive and optimistic, and this is you cutting yourself free from those worries. So it looks like that will resolve and be just fine down the road. Now, you have to be sure, I know that this is a love reading, but it seems that at the core right now is kind of worrying about how you're going to provide or be financially stable, or perhaps take the next step. Which seems to hinge on money, perhaps a job, security, relocation, that kind of thing. Really be careful that you're being very mature and wise about the way that you handle your money, okay? So if you're not typically good with money, maybe you're going to ask someone who has a little more experience, so that you're not behaving in a way that holds you back. You know, this is kind of like a childlike energy, which wouldn't really know how to get out of that. So we need to break that pattern. So I'm going to pull an additional card here. Additional message of guidance for coupled Leos. What do coupled Leos? You know what? I'm going to pull both of these. Okay, we have intuition and we have surrender. So that's cool. So this is you asking for guidance for whatever may be perplexing you. Any kind of challenge that you may be faced this month within your relationship. Anything that's weighing heavy on your mind right now. Ask for guidance and listen for the answer in whatever way that works best for you. So this can be through your dreams. This can be through words that you hear in a conversation as you're passing by. It can be all kinds of things. A song on the radio. And then we have surrender. So this is setting your intentions and then allowing that process to unfold. And there's a degree of trust involved in surrender. So this is doing what you know you can do, and then kind of you're basically putting the rest out to the universe and saying, okay, I've done my bit, and then trusting in that process and waiting for things to pan out for you. And it does look like it will be good. Now for single Leos, and I think it's that one right there. We've got thought. So I mean, we've already talked about that, how you are just thinking so deeply right now. You may be completely reconsidering how you approach relationships. Maybe you're going back and you're looking at, your previous relationship or your previous several relationships and thinking very hard about what went right, what didn't go the way that you wanted it to go, and what you need to do in order to change it so that you can get what you want and need from a romantic relationship. So there's definitely a focus on kind of an internal process here, more so than what's going on externally. Again, we've got that really focused, kind of determined energy coming in, and then you taking that, what you've gathered from your deep thoughts, and making plans and setting intentions for the future. So really wonderful. Now, real quick, just I want to look here with a different set of eyes for those of you who are single. If you have had quite a few people kind of on your radar, I think you are going to be able to focus and narrow down and choose like one of them. If you've been kind of confused of which one you should go for, I think you will be ultimately able to say, okay, I'm going to try out this one. And like I said, it could be possibly a Leo like yourself, or perhaps Temperance is Sagittarius. So fire sign is coming up here. Both of those are fire signs. So that would be nice to complement your energy. Just be careful that you, of course, you want there to be a lot of chemistry and physical attraction. Just be careful to not let that overwhelm you and kind of, I guess, take over every aspect. Don't let that be the only thing, okay? Because I see there being disappointment if that's the case. So you want this to be, if you're trying out someone new, if you've picked, someone out, you want this to be a well-rounded and balanced relationship, okay? Because if it's all about, the physical, if it's all about the sizzle and the chemistry, then I see one or both of you being very disappointed, perhaps even heartbroken, okay? So just be careful with that as you go through your month of September. So I think that I'm going to leave the reading at that. I hope that this reading was helpful for you, Leo, and I really hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, if you would like a reading with me, you can click the link in the description box below, and I would love to work with you. So enjoy your month, and I hope to see you again in the middle of September. Take care until then.